Welcome to the community that discusses all things Star Wars, Marvel, and more. I want to make men uncomfortable. That was a quote by the new Star Wars film director. Let's talk about that next. Hello, my weary travelers. I'm your guide, Dave, and we're about to explore another episode of My Galaxy of Comets. Can Disney get out of its own bleeping way? Has it learned nothing about Star Wars fans? The new director of the next Star Wars film is the director of one of the Disney's latest flops. This makes me ask, is Disney trying to kill what's left of the carcass of the franchise? Before we discuss that, make sure you force push the like button, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to help out what I do, and most of all, comment below. Tell me what you think of the latest choice of director for the newest Star Wars film set to probably come out in 2026. Maybe it was good that we learned now that who the director is and her past. So as a community, we can join together and revolt and tell them this is not the way. This is not the way. Mandalorians, this is not the way. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get right into it. I try to get from like it's liberal. Microsoft always putting out liberal shit too. Anyways, I'm not opposed to anybody's viewpoint, but I chose one that's not so like I had an Outkick article and I had other articles that are probably going to be one-sided. I always like to bring out the article from the other side that I don't agree with necessarily, but I didn't read this article. I read others, but I chose this one just to see what it says and I can react to it in front of you. Some social media users have called for boycotting Disney after new Star Wars director Charmin obeyed Chinoy's comments on men surfaced. I am totally sure this lady grew up thinking, "Oh my God, I can't wait to be a Star Wars director someday. Like that's my favorite franchise." Do we know this? Can anybody in the comments tell me her past of loving Marvel, loving Star Wars? I'll hold my breath. Chinoy is a Pakistani Canadian journalist, and two-time Oscar-winning filmmaker. Her films typically give a voice to feminist issues, like Star Wars, because all the feminists love Star Wars. Most recently, Chinoy's directed Miss Marvel, a part of Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU). Miss Marvel is a miniseries featuring heroine Kamala Khan, the first Muslim superhero in the MCU. I watched it. I was fine with it. It was entertaining to me. It was creative. It got crazy at the end there. It really hates the UK or England. Really hates it. And yeah, they went that historical angle. So I get it. They want to address that issue in a show. Great. Fine. The Great Separation or whatever it was called. I forget what it was. Pakistani and in India. I get it. That's what it seemed like the whole story is about, to shed light on that history of the UK and India. Fine. Why Star Wars? Why is that a feminist issue? Oh man, people are going to hate me for this video, but oh my God, can we have enough already? While discussing the new Star Wars with CNN, of course, on Sunday, Chinoy said, "I am very thrilled about the project because I feel what we're about to create is something very special. We're in 2024 now, and it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape a story in a galaxy far, far away." Why? Why is it time for a woman to shape? I mean, where's the fan? Who is the fan base? Who's the fan base? I mean, we're still holding on fumes here from guys like me that watched the original film in the theater, their films in the theater, and I nostalgically only like I pick video games. I pick games only set in that universe, in that first, the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, that setting. That's the games I lean towards. That's the movies I want to see. And then we decide we had to bring a feminist viewpoint to Star Wars. Here's a feminist director of new Star Wars films saying her goal is to make men uncomfortable. This movie destined to be Disney's biggest flop yet, Walsh wrote. Oh yeah, this is them calling Matt Walsh, right-wing political commentator and children's author, shared a video on X, formerly Twitter, of Chinoy's explaining how her activism comes through in her art. Yes, so Matt Walsh pointing out, no, everybody's pointing this out. Why go make it a right-wing issue? Why not just say, holy crap, everybody hates this idea? In the video, Chinoy is asked during a Woman in the World Foundation panel, a man is interviewing her, by the way, what is the balance of activating a force for change, but also trying to permeate the patriarchy, that power structure, and is that a part of a calculation of your art, as well as what's been the reaction to that? Chinoy replies, oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. I enjoy it. Why have joy in that? I don't get it. It is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that I'm working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. Do not try to make me uncomfortable with Star Wars. Make me enjoy it. And it is only when you're uncomfortable, when you are shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations, that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection. Yeah, I want to watch Star Wars, look at myself in the mirror and not like my reflection. That's what I want. That sells movies. Maybe there's something wrong with this way I think, or maybe there's something wrong with the way I'm addressing this issue. Yes, there is. There is plenty wrong. You're right on the money there. Newsweek reached out to Chinoy's reps via email for comment on Wednesday. Someone shared Walsh. This is Matt Walsh's post, because they got to make it a right-wing issue. Imagine if men said this. Feminists are obsessed with men and making women seem superior. Feminists want to destroy societal norms and be men because they crave validation and love. Luckily, numbers won't lie and it'll flop. Thanks for giving us a heads up on the boycott, this new Star Wars. I'm not going to lie. I may not see it I will probably see it, but would I see it in the theater? I'm a big Star Wars fan, man. I am a big Star Wars fan, and to have a director who basically wants to make men uncomfortable, have them look in the mirror and not like themselves. That's what she's hoping to bring to the Star Wars franchise. Others also called for the boycott the film, and Disney, owner of the Star Wars franchise. We should all boycott. Star Wars has been boring garbage since after George Lucas left. Even episode 1 and 3 were trash. They weren't that trash. I liked them. Boycott Disney with everything you have in your body. They have ruined freaking Star Wars. This company deserves to go bankrupt. It does. It deserves it. They're putting flop after flop out, and they decided to right the ship. They put Kathleen Kennedy spawn behind the wheels of a new movie. This entitled Star Wars movie, written by British screenwriter Stephen Knight, does not have a release date. It'll be set after the events of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and focus on the character Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, as she builds a new Jedi Order. Now, I am fine with Daisy Ridley, and I know she knows that the movie she last put out was crap, because she's all over media cringing when she's asked about it. Everybody on that panel, everybody from that film, oh my god, Luke Skywalker himself hates the sequels. So holy crap, why do this to us? Why do this to us? There's so many stories, so many things out there to tell. You're going to expound on Rey, which I'm fine. I was fine with her character, except for the fact that she was a badass from the start. She had no character arc. They bounced around love interests. They make her fall in love with the guy that killed his father. What? The whole story was crap. I liked the first one because it was nostalgic. That's probably it. And you got to see the original cast that never appeared in the same scene together. They all three didn't appear in the same scene together. While you throw in Chewbacca. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's let's do something. Let's change. Get on. Let them know that this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. You're gonna have. I mean, look what happened to Snow White. Look what happened to the Marvels. I mean, look what happened to any of them. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You made him a weakling, forgot how to use the Force. Made Luke Skywalker a hermit, not wanting to, who gave up on life and tried to kill Han Solo's son. I mean, what else do you have to do to try to destroy Star Wars? What else do you got? Mandalorian, you put Jack Black and what's her name in there on a side quest to talk about the in a socialist society with the uprising of bad robots. I mean, come on, what is that? I mean, the worst episode of Mandalorian by far. Lizzo, yeah, that was her name. I mean, we put Lizzo, like she was a big Star Wars fan. Let's put her in there. I could see Jack Black being one, but holy crap, this is just horrible decision. And I have built myself in other videos that I take Star Wars, I take these movies, and I take them as entertainment value. I even said I watch the sequels in entertainment value. Okay, in some cases I was entertained, but bad story. And oh my god, freaking Star Destroyers coming out of the ground, and no, who's manning this? And nobody knew this was happening. Like, how'd you get this together? How'd you manufacture all this with nobody knowing? Yeah, come on. Are you serious? So there's all sorts of things wrong with that sequel, but holy crap, to know 2 years ahead of time that they put a activist to try to make men uncomfortable and have us look in the mirror and not like ourselves, not like our image, is not the way to go. Come on. Come on. Fix this, Disney. Fix this. Do something. You're losing money hand over fist. This is Dave from Florida. Let's go. Fix Star Wars. Turn this crap around. Do not put this woman in charge of my beloved franchise, our beloved franchise. That's it, guys. Read comics. Watch old Star Wars movies because they're good. I don't know. Let's go. This is not the way.